Alrighty guys, so I'm in the middle of cutting out a bunch of my patterns, and I just wanted to let you guys know because I just got done with a little conference call helping somebody draw to perspective, and I had my slab sitting here and it's like, they're starting to dry out. So if you have to stop for a while, and let's say you don't have a plastic bag, if you've got something like a plastic shopping bag, something thin, that would work out great. If not, plastic wrap or even a garbage bag, anything that's a thinner plastic, you can always take your pieces that you're working on right now and layer them in between two sheets of plastic, and then take a spray bottle and spray it. If you don't have a spray bottle, take a little bit of water on your fingers, so out of a cup, out of anything you have, and just spritz it a little bit like that, and that little bit of water is going to be enough to keep this nice and damp. Let's say you've got to pack it up because you've got to, go do another project, or you've got to run outside, or you have chores to do, or something like that. This would be enough, and then cover all of this up. You might need more than one piece of plastic, obviously, and this would be enough to keep everything damp enough without having it too wet. The worst thing you can do for anything that you're slab building is have your clay so wet that it becomes super floppy. These pieces, these are pretty decent right now, even though I just got done with a conference call. That's about how plasticky they are. They're not super wet like we just threw them on the wheel. And then you can see the thickness. You can kind of pinch that between your fingers. That's about what I'm shooting for thickness for this teapot, because I'm going to do a little bit of carving into it, but nothing too deep. And I'd say this is about 1/4 of an inch. So again, that's like the major thickness that you want to stick for, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I have a bunch of my pieces sitting out here. Some of them you can see, some of them you cannot. Let's try this. Okay, so again, to give you an idea, there's the plan. Knowing things might change depending on what I feel like, but it'll be something similar to that, similar type of style. And then these are pieces that I have cut so far. They are by far from perfect, and I'm making them way bigger than I think I need. And then also making them just a hair thicker than what I ultimately want, because I'll be carving and shaping and slicing some away. So again, your thickness, aim for about 1/4 of an inch. This here, this is the chunk of clay that I just kneaded up that I had left over. So I started with about 5 pounds. So for those of you that took clay home that are Auburndale students, if you start off with a 25-pound chunk of clay, right now, all of the pieces I have there add up to about 3 pounds, knowing I'm going to shave more off and probably turn some of it into slip that I can use later. And then the remaining chunk I have over there, that's about 2 pounds. So right now, I'm being very cautious with how much clay I use, just because I know at home you guys have a limited supply until I can get you more or we figure something out. So for right now, we're going to use what we have, and I'm just going to start assembling. So it's going to be a matter of taking slabs and cutting them on diagonals and slipping and scoring them and putting them together. I have not made a tutorial on this because since we're so late in the school year, all of you that I have as students know how to do this. For those of you that maybe are watching this just for the sheer enjoyment of watching it, if you want me to do tutorials on slipping and scoring and all the basics, I'd be happy to do that. Just kind of drop me a line, leave a comment, and tell me what you think. But this is pretty much going to be, I think, a good start for you guys for part 1 or step 1 of this little series that we're going to do.